Good afternoon. This is Chavez and Valko, your full immigration law firm, your full service immigration law firm. My name is Benjamin Hamilton. I'm a senior associate attorney in charge of the employment-based immigration practice here with associate Andrew Craven. Today's a big day, right? It's H-1B cap season. And I know a lot of people are nervous. So we wanted to talk to all you out there that are nervous about what is going on, what to expect, right? So we know that registration closed on the 25th, and the lottery results are supposed to be finalized by the 31st. So we wanted to talk a little bit about what is actually going on. So Andrew, first question. When did we start hearing about registration results just within our own firm?
Saturday morning, we started getting notices as to who was selected.
Yeah, and when we looked at them, they were Saturday morning. They were all the notices referenced the regular cap, right? So in previous years, they'd done the master's cap first and then the regular cap, but last year they swapped that. So they went to the regular cap first. That means they took everybody that registered and ran them against the 65,000 slots. And then all the people with U.S. master's degrees who didn't get in there get a second bite at the remaining 20,000. And we did started getting some master's cap notifications. When did those come in?
Just a little after the regular cap, so just later on Saturday.
So have we gotten any notifications since Saturday?
No,
we didn't get any yesterday or today. Now, again, it's not like we have thousands and thousands of cases like there are out there for certain companies. So you never quite know. I've been following the attorney message boards, and we have seen that most people reported that they got their cap selections on Saturday. We have seen some that said they got some on Sunday. Not a lot. Haven't seen any today. Does that mean we're necessarily done? Or can we call it and say what the selection is done?
Not 100%. No, I mean, I would wait until the very end of the month, the 31st, and then, that would be the time to call it.
Yeah, so we have a lot of people that are like, well, I know selections. Why isn't my employer, why isn't the law firm notifying me? That's just because it's difficult when you have a whole bunch of people. Some may have gotten selected, some may have not gotten selected, and you don't want to send out a notice to the ones that got selected, and the ones that haven't start freaking out and asking questions. So it's natural for a lot of law firms to want to wait until maybe the 31st or until April 1st to just send out that mass email. Hey, you guys got selected. Hey, you guys didn't get selected. So that they're not creating confusion. So an interesting thing here is, another thing to note is, have they at times done a second lottery?
Yes. In fact, I was just looking last year, we got at least one notice on the second lottery around late August.
Yeah, so what happens is, for those people that are selected, they have 90 days to file. And just so you know, they don't just select 65,000 people. Last year in round one, which is 65,000 slots, they selected 106,000 people. Way more than 65. Why? Because obviously USCIS has historical data, and they kind of know on average how many people actually apply, because they don't want to select 65,000, then only 45,000 apply. So they select more than 65. Actually, all told, last year, they selected 124,000 people for 85,000 slots. But even then, in terms of actual submissions, they didn't get 85,000 submissions in the 90-day window. So then they reran the lottery again. To be honest, I don't know exactly how many people how many new selections there were. So there were people who got, selection notices in August. Here's the key question though. Is that kind of abnormal or normal that this happens?
Which part?
That they run a second lottery in August.
I mean, last year would have been the first year with registration. So, to my knowledge, that's kind of the current norm.
Yeah. I mean, It's kind of hard to tell. I think the pandemic played a large role in terms of, normally they would say of the people selected, 80% would apply, 20% wouldn't. So we'll select 20% more. I have a feeling that last year those numbers were higher in terms of the ones that didn't apply, where their job offers just got rescinded because of the pandemic. And so maybe instead of getting an 80% application rate, they got a 60% application rate. So I wouldn't necessarily hold out high hope for a second one, but we don't know. So when you look in an account right now, right, what are the two options you're seeing? So when we log in and we see somebody's account, what are the two things you're seeing?
It'll either still say that the registration was submitted, or it will say, let me make sure I have the exact wording, selection updated.
And then, of course, if you click on selection updated and go in, it says selected, right? So it doesn't say not selected because there may be a second lottery. When did they finally update last year's lottery to say not selected?
February of this year.
Yeah, so almost a year later. So it would be nice if it just said selected, not selected, and make it that much easier for all of us, but they don't do that, right? Because they may run a second lottery. So it just says submitted or selected. So Andrew, any other questions, thoughts, concerns, things that people need to know?
I guess the big thing right now is just keeping in mind that it's, not necessarily totally over. There's still the chance of updates in the next couple of days here, still the chance that second lottery. But, if you come April 1st, you haven't gotten accepted, haven't gotten that notification, then I would start thinking about your plan B.
Exactly. So the first thing to do is obviously reach out to the attorney, reach out to your HR to see, what it is that they can tell you, because maybe they just don't know or they just haven't told you, right? And the second thing is even if you do reach out to them and they tell you directly, we've checked and it just says submitted, again, we can't call it done until, the end of day on the 31st. Because we never know. One thing we learned just recently in October when USCIS got all of these adjustment filings and everything just kind of fell apart. Stuff was stuck in the mailroom. It was taking them 5 months to send receipt notices. I mean, you never know. For all we know, all of a sudden there could be a batch of updates today or tomorrow. You just never quite know with USCIS. And again, you can go back and look at our last video where we talked about sort of what are the next steps if you are selected, and then what are your potential options if you are not selected. But again, if you have any questions or concerns, reach out to us via email. You can go online, schedule a consultation. Later this week, we are going to do another stream, but this time we're going to be focusing on a new visa. We're going to be talking about TNs, which is a great option for Canadian or Mexican nationals. Andrew, any final comments, words?
No, I think we've covered it all.
All right. So just remember, nothing's final until the end of the month. We'll have to kind of wait and see how it goes. If you're selected, congratulations, right? If you're not selected and you want to talk about options, reach out. Otherwise, just remember, you can go to our website. You can also go check out our great app. It's called Law Pilot Guardian, right? It's there with news and a lot of things about know your rights. It's a great app. It's free. Check it out. Otherwise, stay tuned, and we'll be back on Thursday evening. Thank you.